Sim Subscripted is back for another episode, and we know it's been a while, but we had some goals that we had to achieve. She had some goals that she has to achieve, so we've been kind of like taking a little break. But we back, and our favorite show is back as well, back on
One of our
Netflix.
favorite shows.
One of our favorite shows, Love Is Blind, is back, and it's been a while. They got a new city, they got a whole new cast, and they got a whole lot of drama. So you know I'm loving it so far. So that's why we back, and we're here to talk about that. But like it just goes with the saying like love is blind. It would take over your mind or whatever else that Eve said in that record. So I'm loving it. So we're just gonna jump right into the red flags and jump right into the conversation. Let's talk about the pods.
Wait. Yeah, let's
What?
talk about the pods, but let's talk about the season.
Mm,
They're in Denver, Colorado. Like,
right.
what's out there? So I can see why they kind of targeted it, but I would assume that, Denver's kind of small. So I'm kind of shocked that even with the pods that nobody knows each other. So that's one thing that I was kind of happy about because,
Right.
in previous seasons, you had people that kind of like was lying and they kind of knew each other. So they set it up. They're in Denver, Colorado. They got
Mm.
these pods. And of course, again, before you say it, some of these people, they don't got real jobs. They don't. They don't have real jobs. Do you see the titles that they put up there for
I
these
do.
people? They don't have real jobs. They don't have real jobs.
I bring it up every time, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what? What type of title is that?" And they don't have it. They don't have no jobs. And you know what? I've actually seen the process of the Love Is Blind screening and what they go through and stuff like that. They're not targeting people who have jobs because you got to take at least maybe 3 to 4 weeks, maybe even a month off. Like, who got that
Hmm.
time other than the unemployed or the entrepreneurs? Nobody.
Right. So
Nobody.
let's go back to what you wanted to talk about, which was the pods.
Yeah.
So when it first came out, and I told you it was like 6 episodes, you was like, oh man, it's gonna be so boring. How they in the pods for that long? I'm gonna just fast forward through
Right.
everything. And when I started watching, I was like, oh, you're not gonna fast forward through all of this because
Right.
that's why they recorded so long in the pods because they was being kind of ridiculous. It was a lot of things that happened in the pods that just normally doesn't happen.
Right.
Where you want to start? Because
I
I know where
mean,
I want to start.
I will say that this time, compared to last season's pods episodes, this time around the pods are a little bit more interesting, a little bit more entertaining. So I kind of see why they gave us like 3 episodes compared to like last season when they gave us 3 episodes of pods. It was just straight talking, like it wasn't no drama. It wasn't like nobody going back and forth. But this particular season, you got people ghosting people. You got people pod set scene. Like they are doing any and everything. They over there revealing what race they in. Like they doing
Right.
everything but getting to really know each other. Considering this is Love Is Blind, okay. But they over there
Right.
asking key questions. So the pod conversations is a little bit different this time around. It's not as Love Is Blindish as some of the other previous seasons. But this season is
Mm-hmm.
already off to a bang, and it is off the chain. But starting off with some of the couples, right?
Yeah.
We,
Start off with some of the couples, but before we even get to the couples, let's talk about the ghosting because clearly they didn't make couples, right? So
but we gotta talk about
we
the
can start
couples
off.
first before we talk about the ghosting, because that way
Well,
they know who.
okay. Well, we can talk about the people. So,
Yes,
you had Patrick. Patrick is the Asian guy, right?
right.
So, Patrick did what I don't think that you should do on Love is Blind. The purpose of it is so that people don't know what you look like. And he was just full disclosure telling everybody that he was Asian.
Not at
And
first though. At first he didn't want to disclose that, but then they
but
kept
then
asking. Right.
once he did, then he pretty much told other people that he was Asian, right? And so I think that's the reason why he got ghosted.
Maybe, but starting back at the top, we had the first thing where the first thing that actually happened in the pods was actually somebody got engaged on episode one, which was
That was
Ali
wild.
and Anton. Like
Yeah.
they got engaged like in the very first episode. Like I don't think they even showed them like really matching with anybody else or even conversating with
No.
other people. Like they got in
Right.
that bitch and they was like, "Yo, I love you. You it. That you my number one. Will you be my
But
will you be my girlfriend?"
Yeah, they are like they were like infatuated with the names. I don't know. I forgot Ali's well Anton's nationality, but that was like a thing when they were kind of like
Hmm.
dating. But like if you look on social media, Ali and Anton are what they say is gonna be like the boring couple. And I can kind of
Right.
see it.
Yeah, I
You
mean
know,
they
he's
took each
mad
other off the boards
attentive
right
and
away.
right away,
Like they
right
was off the
away.
board. So you got Ali and
But I also
Anton.
think she wants to be taken care of, so I can't wait to see when they're out of the pods to see how
Hmm.
that goes because she gives off take care of me vibes.
Yeah, probably so. So Ali and Anton definitely got married in the very first episode. Like they felt that connection right away. They didn't really have too much conversation with anybody else. At least they didn't show us that. So they were the very first ones to get engaged. And like I said, I think that's Love Is Blind first, to where it actually happened so quickly. So
Right,
shout out to them. Like that was an interesting thing. Next up, you got Madison and Joe. Now, interesting thing about Madison is that she is going blind, supposedly, like in a few years
right.
from now. She could be totally blind. And then,
Did you see his reaction when she first told him about it? It was
I
like he
did.
really had to think about it.
Well, Madison
Like
and
he
Joe. We got to get the name out there. Madison and Joe.
Yeah, Madison and Joe. But when she told Joe that she had like this eye condition, he was kind of like stunned at first. But then he kind of like went with it because he was like, oh, is it something that's permanent, long term? And she was, trying to explain it to him and how she has things like lit up around her house or apartment, whatever she lives in, and how she
Right.
has like sensory lighting. But his reaction from that alone, in my opinion, showed that he was a dirtbag.
But Joe just fell into like Madison was kind of like just love bombing him a little bit. And she was the first one to like really say that she loved him and stuff like that. And he was kind of thrown off by that. And I think he kind of felt that it was a little bit too soon, but he felt pressured to say it back to her. And that's what really got everything going because once the reveal happened, we found out that, hey, Joe really don't like Madison. He kind of like just,
Well, you know why he don't like Madison? Joe was on camera, and I can't wait for them as a couple to watch it back, or maybe
mm,
not be a couple. I don't think, first of all, I don't think they're gonna make it. But when they watch it back, and he describes how he thinks she looks, Joe thinks Madison is fat. He
okay.
said that on camera. It's not her. He was like, "Oh, I could probably get used to it," but at the end of the day, because she was so affectionate with him, Joe just trying to smash.
I mean, he is at this point, but like I say, he fell into that trap to being like, hey, the problem with some of these shows is that as they go on longer and longer seasons and people like start to realize what type of show it is and maybe they can get some sort of fame, they just kind of like go along with emotions. And I think that's what Joe did with Madison because, like he said, once he found out and seen her, like he didn't like that girl. He just went along with it,
She
and
even was like, she asked him, "Oh, do you think I'm attractive?" He skated all the way around that question.
he did, but he fell into the trap once she said, "Oh, I love you, Joe," and then he kind of felt bad for her and stuff like that, probably because of the condition that she's in, and he just been going along with it ever since. So I kind of felt bad for him at first, but he should have really been totally honest with Madison way in the pods because he knew he wasn't gonna like that girl. He knew that he probably couldn't like overlook that condition, even though it hasn't really seen I haven't seen problems with the condition, even though I think what when they went into the honeymoon, she damn near almost fell in the pool because she misstepped,
She almost fell in the pool,
fell down the
and then
stairs.
on like the little honeymoon thing, it was dark, and she was like bumping into stuff because the lights weren't on. So
Right.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, me personally, I told you this. I think Madison is actually kind of hot. I think she kind of cute.
okay,
I think
maybe Madison will hit you up in your DMs.
hey, maybe so, maybe so. A little snow
But you know you
bunny.
can't even talk to her. We have an agreement.
Hey, it's okay. I know she can't see me, so
Oh,
Hey, but yeah, I like Madison though. I feel bad for her in this situation because she really, really wants a man, or she really wants this to work out for her,
mm-hmm.
and it doesn't seem like Joe is really in it for the right
He
reasons.
is
But hey,
not it.
I'm gonna have to hit them that TikTok and hit them
No,
DMs
you're not,
if she
brother.
can if she can
All
see
right,
it.
so let's move past Madison and Joe. Let's see what we got
We got
here.
KB and Edmund. Actually, let's save them for last because we got a lot to say about them. Let's save KB and
Yeah, I do.
Edmund. Anna and Nick. I don't know. Anna and Nick. Do you know a lot about them? You remember a lot about them?
Mm, no, they were kind of boring to me. Um,
I think they everybody's
Nick,
seconds, right? Because Anna was
yeah,
somebody else's number one, and Nick also was somebody else's number one. Then somehow they just totally came
yeah.
together.
Anna was she wanted another guy. I forgot his name, but the guy was like non-committal to her. But then by the time he was committal, it was too late for him. Remember, he all the way like had a meltdown when they went back to like the men's quarters or whatever.
Yeah.
So, she really liked that other guy. I can't wait for them to see each other in person. Um,
Anna was
like
she the one that was supposedly into the church, but didn't tell the other dude who was heavily in the church, and then they kind of had like a fight at the end of the pod conversation because he was like, "Oh, I thought you was gonna be able to walk with God with me and stuff like that." She's like, "Well, I like God, but I ain't down that
But
path
then Nick
anymore."
also made her feel like a hole about it though.
Yes, yes,
Remember?
I did.
So
Well, next up, Sparkling Megan and Jordan. Sparkling
I don't
Megan
like
is a
Megan.
truth. I mean, Megan was like kind of really all over the place, and I kind of feel like she still went backwards and chose a
She was in
person
like a
that she didn't
love
like.
triangle.
Yeah, well, she didn't know
So
she wanted
like
an older dude established or she wanted a little young buck, and it's kind of
and
crazy
her
that she,
young buck ain't got no real job. He said that he was some type of retail manager, whatever. It
right,
sounds like just based off it that he's a manager at Enterprise. That's what it sounds like.
right. But remember, Megan kept hollering about how she wanted somebody established, how she wanted somebody to go in business with her and stuff like that. That's the reason why Mike was always at her number one. But then Mike was a little bit older than her, not by much, only like another what 2 3 years. But Jordan is a lot younger than her. But to
Yeah, Jordan that
me,
drives a Kia.
yeah, the Jordan that drives the Kia, and supposedly Megan with the sparkles and stuff like that, and
And
she's high
Jordan has a
maintenance.
kid.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so Jordan has a kid. The one thing that I'm surprised didn't come up was she was asking him about tattoos, and this dude has like two sleeves and one full leg done, and he's like, "Oh, I got a little something." And I'm
right,
thinking to myself, why don't you just tell this chick that you got mad tattoos? Because remember,
right,
Megan got her tattoos removed.
right.
So,
But remember, Sparkling Megan, Jordan was not even her number one choice. She was actually going to dump Jordan. But
hmm
Megan got ghosted by another dude that actually left the whole
right.
show. So then she went back to Jordan. It was between Jordan and
Blake.
Mike.
Blake goes to
Yeah,
her.
Blake
Yeah.
ghosted her. And then now it's between Jordan and Mike. And she kind of felt that Mike was kind of like some of the same dudes that she was already dating and stuff like that that didn't work out. So she went with a younger person, which she didn't even want to do that either. Because Jordan and
hmm
Megan, like, I don't see any type of business sense out of them two at all. Like, he ain't got no money. I
Nope.
wouldn't be surprised if she ain't
And
got no money
Mike
either.
would have took care of her. So,
Yeah,
but Mike also made her uncomfortable because he was making her like make the hard decisions. Because
right.
remember, he was like, "Well, I want to be sure," and blah 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 blah. I think Megan was just upset that Mike didn't like jump on it quick. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Mike was older, so he wanted to be like, nah, you got to pick me now, and that you got to let me know now, or it's just not really going to work out. So you can't really be mad at him for putting his foot
Right.
down and making her like try to make a decision because she was definitely going back and forth between all those different dudes. I mean, she wanted to just see what her options was, and he was like, nah, you're not gonna play that way with me. So last
Right.
but not least is our favorite couple. Actually, Casey and Patrick. Let's talk about the
Yeah.
Asian connection and the Casey and
So it was Patrick and Anna at first. He was gonna ask Anna to marry him, and
right,
Anna goes to him because she was like, "Oh, we have so much in common. You're Asian, I'm Asian, blah 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 blah." He went back in the pod. He was gonna ask Anna, whatever her name is, to
mm-hmm,
marry him. And you know what she did? She bounced,
right. Now, do
bounced.
you think she
How
bounced
you?
because she felt that hey, the person that I'm attracted to is another Asian? Like, how can you be so surprised by that?
I'm not sure if it's because he's Asian or if she got scared about her feelings.
Mm,
Like I'm kind of torn. I don't know either way. But then like Patrick act like he wasn't like too much affected by it going along, and then he ended up proposing to Casey, and this was the inappropriate conversation right here. Patrick and Casey in the pods, and she was saying everything, all the things that she would have did and what's next, and I was like, are they?
they pot
That's
sexy.
why he. Yeah.
They was pod
That's why he
sexing.
proposed to her, because he was thinking about all the things she said she was gonna do.
I think like talking about like that type of stuff in the pods, especially that late in the game or maybe that early in the game, I think you really just trying to get the other person to like really pick you, right? And I think you really just trying to get on the show because
Well, it succeeded.
it did because we're all humans. I mean, once you go down that route, everybody like antennas goes up and be like, ooh, okay, okay.
Hmm.
And that's exactly what happened to Patrick. And like I say, I think that was a last ditch effort by Casey to try to get picked on the show to get somebody to pick her.
First of
And
all,
yeah,
Casey ain't in it to be married. Casey in it for the fame. She
of
want people
course.
to be in her DMs afterwards. And like before they could even go on vacation, she was like, "Oh, I feel so bad."
Yes.
And he's like, "Oh, are we breaking up?" And she was like, "I just feel really." She wouldn't just outright say that they were like
Well,
breaking up. And I feel like he thinks that he has a chance.
but I think that she was into him until the reveal happened. And then once she saw him in person, then she was like,
But
nah, this
she
can't
said
work.
that her family were like dating ethnic. I guess it's just
Yeah,
okay
but
for
she
her
never
family, but
did.
not okay for her.
Yeah, because she never did. She that was gonna be her first one, and she just really wasn't into Patrick like that. I mean, the Emmy goes to Casey because she acted the hell out of that role, in that at the ending, because like she was jumping up and down, she was kissing him, and like give that girl the Emmy. She deserved it because yeah, she put a nice performance on for Patrick. She basically was trying to say, hey, it's not you, it's me, and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
she didn't like that man.
Hmm.
She didn't like him at all. That's why she say that she couldn't really go to Mexico with him because she just was not really into him like that. She got highly
Mm-mm.
disappointed
And
once the reveal happened.
yeah, once the reveal, and she couldn't go on vacation with him after she had done said all that stuff,
Right?
because that's what he expected.
Get your yeah. And we seen those type of things happen before. So what's up with like you remember what you said in the text messages? Like what's up?
Right.
You remember what you
Right.
said
Like,
in
you
the
remember
pods?
what you
We
said?
we here
Yeah.
now.
We here now.
What's up?
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that was the
Hmm.
first time we ever experienced someone like pod sexing with details, with graphic details. I'm like, what am I watching? Like what?
Right.
Last but not
And
least,
then
we got our favorite couple. Well, my favorite couple,
your
Kay
favorite
Brella
couple, not mine.
and Edmund. KB and Edmund.
KB and Edmund. Yeah.
She's a social worker, and I forgot what he actually did. What did he say he do?
I don't know what he do. I know he saw.
Was he the very first one in this pod thing to actually cry?
I don't know if he was the first one, but he was like, it was almost like snot cry.
And let's just point it
And
out. There's nothing wrong with a man crying.
it's nothing,
There's
nothing
nothing.
at
There's
all.
nothing wrong with that. Men should cry. We should cry more. Don't feel ashamed that you cry every now and then, or you become vulnerable and some tears happen to fall out of your eyes. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is something
How
wrong
old
with
is Edmund
taking
though?
it to the extreme. I don't know.
I'm gonna Google it, because it's something about Edmund that I can't like. Let me tell you what my red flags are. When they went on vacation and he kept
Well, you
putting
got to
that
talk about
pick
the
in
pod
his head.
conversation first before the
You
vacation,
talk
because
about the
there's
pod.
a lot of
Okay.
things happened before he even went to vacation. So
Okay.
first off,
You talk about the pod.
he was, according to KB, right? He was always yelling in the pods and yelling after the pods about KB and stuff like that. So I think he only really had a connection probably with just KB right from the jump. So he kind of fell for her pretty hard in the very beginning, obviously, right? And to me, he seemed like a red flag by some of the things he was saying and then the crying. And I can understand he had a
He
tragic
licked the
childhood.
floor.
He didn't lick the floor; he was
He
kissing the
was
floor
kissing the. It was nasty.
multiple
He's young
times.
minded.
Young minded or not, kissing the floor, running around the men's hallway and stuff like that. It was a kiss in the floor for me. Like, bro, what are
Even
you
you,
doing?
you were waiting. He's 29 years old. You were waiting for me to get to that part, because I think when I seen it, I texted you and was like, "Is this man putting his lips on the floor? That's nasty."
Right.
Even the guys inside of the men's quarters was like, "Man, are you?
Are you kissing the
That's
floor?
nasty. That's nasty."
Right. So I think he had
Um,
some red flags right from the jump. I mean, like I said, I understand he had a tragic
he had a
childhood,
lot of
his
high
upbringing.
energy too. He was
Right.
always like running around, jumping around. like a kid. Like that would drive me crazy.
Right. And I kind of like felt that she, because she's a social worker, she's always trying to like fix
Save.
people and save people. So I kind of think that's why she kind of like stayed with him a little bit longer after that particular conversation. Like I said, nothing wrong with crying, but I can't remember if he actually cried again in the pods. But however, kissing the
Hmm.
floor, running around like you need some what do they
Ritalin.
call it? Ritalin is it's an issue for me. But I think he was doing a
Um,
lot in the pods. I think he was doing a lot of love bombing and stuff like that. I'm surprised she didn't pick up on that. But this entire season, I feel like people just really wanted to make it to the honeymoon phase and get on the show. So I think they
yeah.
was willing to overlook some red flags because there was a ton of red flags. Cringiest
Even
moments is what?
cringiest moments. Um, I cringed when they were on like the little honeymoon vacation, whatever it's
In the
called.
pods though. Cringiest moment in the pods.
Cringiest moments in the pods. I don't know. Like I cringed when he was kissing the floor.
That could be a moment. The cringiest moment to me probably was definitely him kissing the floor and the ghosting. We didn't even talk about the ghosting in the pods. I think this
So
is
it
the
was
first
Blake
time I've
and
seen
Anna.
it. Blake and Anna
Yeah.
started it off. Well, Blake started it off first, I think.
Blake started off with no,
Megan.
Anna did it
Stop whining. Go
with
sit down.
no, Anna
Go sit
Anna
down.
ghosted Patrick.
Go sit down.
And
Right.
then
You want to turn around and get
Blake
sit down.
ghosted the sparkly girl,
Right.
Sparkly Megan.
But have you ever seen that
And
before to where someone got
maybe
ghosted in the pods?
not ghosted in the pods, but I do think I've seen people leave the show before.
Right.
So yeah.
Ghosting in the pods just seemed weird to me. I mean, I understand it, but just ghosting and just going home and not telling the other person anything, like that's just wild to me. That is wild.
Yeah.
Especially after you like the day before you be like, oh, I got a connection with you, oh, I love you and stuff like that, and then the night come around for a night date and they ghost you. I thought it was funny as hell,
Yeah.
especially for Spark and Megan because she did not expect that. She thought she had it
No, she
going on.
didn't. Hmm. Right.
That was
Um,
funny as hell for
but
sure.
what else? It was something else that happened in the pods that I was just like, so what was the guy's name that Anna didn't pick? Was it Mike? No, it was
Was it Nick?
I don't know. But when the guy who she picked came out, he was like, "Oh, I'm engaged," and the guy was sitting there, and he was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry." He was like, "No, just don't talk to me. Get away from me."
Yeah.
I was like, "These guys are emotional,"
That was also
and like,
happened to Mike too, right? With Megan
mm-hmm,
when the other
yeah,
dude came in and was like, "Yeah, she chose me," and he was sitting right there. Like that was kind of
yeah,
weird. That was kind of
yeah,
weird.
because it was so many love triangles this season, like, and it was
Right.
like they wasn't outright saying that they who they were dating, but they kind of like knew that they liked the same person.
Right.
Um, even so, when they went on the little vacation thing, because this is one thing we kind of skipped a little bit, right? So on the vacation, when they all met up and they were at that little bar thing. So this was a cringy moment, not in the pods, but a cringy moment when Joe was like making all those little jokes. Him and was it Jordan were like yelling across the thing to each other, and like he was like basically ignoring his fiance, and she was feeling a type of way.
Right.
That was that was hard to watch because it
Right.
was just like you just spent all night with this chick, and now you ignoring her. That was rude. And then you got Edmund out there giving foot massages, and then and then they get back to the room and he have a meltdown when he found out all the other couples went all the way and he didn't. Which I'm
Right.
kind of like I'm trying to figure out if she just said that or if they all of them really did except for them. Because I felt like Anton and Ali didn't either, but I could be
Yeah.
wrong.
I mean, it could have been made up for sure. I mean, that probably would have been the first where we have like a Love Is Blind and all the couples actually are banging on a honeymoon on the very first day. Like, I don't think that really happened too
Yeah,
often, but I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, Edmund crashing out on KB because he
and it was
felt
the way in which he crashed out. Like, are you
Yeah.
for, sir?
But I feel though like Edmund kind of missed a few opportunities with KB because remember when she asked him like, "Hey, what would you do if another man approached me and started grabbing my hand and stuff like that?" Like any other real
He
man
ain't
would
with
have
it.
been like, "Look, we fighting." Edmund up there talking about, "Hey, I'm just gonna walk away. I'm a lover, not a
He was
fighter."
like, he gonna be like, let's go.
Yeah, it's like, so you're not gonna do anything to keep that man off me? He was like, "No." I'm like, wow. But I kind of feel like she was kind of like testing him a little bit because if he would have
He
said the right
was.
things, I promise you he would have got laid that night. But because he
You think
felt that
so?
little, yes, y'all don't test
I
us.
feel like she has too strong of a personality for him overall.
She is kind of strong, and I like that about her. But however, like I said, I think she was testing him a long way, and that might not have been a test to be like, "Hey, I know I feel protected. Maybe I be with this man tonight." But I kind of felt like because he took that approach that he did, and she didn't really feel protected, that kind of nixed
Hmm.
any opportunity that he probably could have had to got laid that night. Because who says that? Like, you grab my girl and I'm not gonna do anything about it. Even if it was playful, she's like, no, he is holding me. He is holding me against my will. And he was like,
What are
yeah,
you
I'm not
gonna
gonna do
do?
anything
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do nothing. Like if you said the right thing, maybe his little opportunity could have went up a little bit. But because after that, I think he was kind of like he shot his own self in the foot. He knew he wasn't gonna get anything. But her saving herself for marriage ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing being absence. And whatever she did in her past and how quickly she might have slept with a one night stand and stuff like that really has no
I don't think
bearing
she should have
on
told him
Edmund.
that.
I mean, I appreciate the
Yeah.
honesty and transparency, but he shouldn't have crashed out because of that. Like you can't be like, oh, you gave it up to the other dude a lot quicker and you making me work for it. Like,
Yeah, he just kept repeating, like, I'm a nice dude. Like, you're not acting nice, sir.
well, the thing is, nice dudes don't tell you that they nice dudes. Like, nice dudes don't have to tell you that they nice dudes. Like, nice dudes don't do that. That's not nice dudes' behavior. They don't be like, oh, I'm a victim being there. I'm a nice dude. They don't do that.
Well, um, and that was a major crash out. Let's go back to Blind Girl. What's her name again? May
Joe
no.
and Madison.
Okay. Joe is clearly an alcoholic because he was like, "What? I just woke up." And she was genuinely confused because he kept asking her the same question over and like I would have
Mm.
been triggered an alarm too, like, what's wrong with this dude? And then like he the whole scene was just like, what's wrong with this man? Like, what did you think about that? I
I
think he got a problem.
I mean Joe. Well, Joe is definitely an alcoholic. I mean, but he just really had a great time out there, like having drinks and stuff like that. But he's just definitely not really attracted to Megan, and he just really was drunk. I mean, I think she probably could have just gave him his space and let him sleep it off or get him some food and stuff like that
Well, he
because
had been asleep since like earlier. And
yeah,
then he
but
was like, oh, you look nice. Like he hadn't seen her already. I would have been like,
he
what?
still
Who
he
is
still was
this?
drunk. Trust me. Coming from another vacation person that likes to drink on vacation, he still was kind of drunk and still kind of out there a little bit. But I think she should have just really probably gave him his space and let him sleep it off. Like I don't think she
Maybe.
deserved the treatment and to be taught the way that she was taught to by him. I don't believe that that was appropriate. I don't think that he should have talked to her
Hmm.
like that or did her like that. He probably should have just stayed asleep or went and got some
Hmm.
food and let her be. Like, yeah,
But
that was
yeah, she
crazy.
found herself going back to check on him and got a rude surprise. Surprise, surprise. She
Yeah,
picked an alcoholic.
she really liked Joe, but I think she really just wanted to be on the show and really figure out a way to find love. I think she's genuinely on the show to find love. I think she just probably picked the wrong person to fall in love with because he don't like her, and it's
At
because of
all.
her
At all.
size. Which, like I said, I don't think she's that bad of a person. But he's not in it. He don't like her. I think
Hmm.
actually they did actually smash on the first day, right?
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
So
And I think she did that to appease him because he was like, because she kept asking him, in the pool, like, "Oh, what do you think when we first met? How do you think I look? Do you think fine?" And he wasn't answering. He was just trying to go all the way.
Right. Yep.
So
And even that, like, stand on that type of path, like going back to Megan and Jordan, the way Megan described it, she was like, "Oh, that was the best I ever had. Like he tore my
yeah,
walls." Like Megan, I thought you wanted the older dude, right? So to me, Megan kind of like settled for Jordan, who's definitely not on her level, and he's a lot younger. They're not
hmm
gonna be able to build,
Did
but
you see?
Jordan is a fun
Yeah,
person. He's a fun guy.
yeah. But did you see the previews that's leading up to the rest of the season? Her and Jordan ain't gonna get along because they got different type of lifestyles.
I mean, you kind of saw that towards the end of the pool scene where she was like, "Yeah, I don't know if I like this." Like, because obviously, like I said, he's way younger, she's older. She wanted somebody established. That's not Jordan, and Jordan he's in his fun mode, and rightfully so because
Hmm
he's younger. So
Right. Well,
I this Love Is Blind season so far has really been wild. I mean, I'm enjoying it because of the drama. KB and Edmund, Megan and Jordan, but Edmund, he got to chill out. He got some problems, like all that crying, all that I'm a nice guy. Oh, you ain't giving me none, but you made these other dudes. They didn't have to do anything. And
yeah,
like
but
I'm
you wanna
rubbing
know
your
what's
feet.
weird?
I'm rubbing your
Yeah,
feet.
but he ain't even attractive
Edmund is crazy. He's
and
crazy.
ugly.
And
I
wow. Wow. But yeah,
said what I said.
Edmund got some issues for sure, but
We
I
do.
mean, he
We
shouldn't
do.
be crashing out on a girl like that. But however, she shouldn't be trying to figure out, hey, I can fix him because I'm a social worker. Like she's treating
Yeah,
Edmund
because
like a
he got a
project.
very, yeah, he got a traumatic past. So
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's a
Mr. Nice
project
Guy.
for
I'm
her.
a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm always failing because I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you failing because you too emotional right now. Like, dude, you crashing out
Right.
over nothing.
So like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I think
And
in
I
the
believe
next.
she told him that she was abstinent in the pods. She told him that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I
she
didn't
was
realize
actually
that.
on AD's podcast like recently, and she mentioned that she said that she told him that he was
Oh.
absent in the pods. So I don't know why he seems so shocked. Like if a female tell you that, and even if she go back and be like, "Yo, I had a one night stand with this dude like before I came here," and you still can't be
Mm-hmm.
mad because she making you wait. Like, bro,
Right.
what she did in the past ain't got nothing to do with you. This is where she's at right now in her journey, and you got to respect it or move on. So, yeah.
Okay. So that was Love Is Blind. It had 6 episodes of some jam-packed action. I can't.
Mm,
I think they only released some 3 more on Wednesday. So yeah.
yeah. We'll be back and we're going to catch up with it a little bit sooner this time around. But so far, I'm liking the season. Only because it's drama filled and it's entertaining to me. If it was truly love is in the air and they was really happy, I would hate it. I would hate it. Because I don't sit and watch Netflix for hours on hours to see a love story. I want to see the
But you ain't
toxic.
really fast forwarding because you could miss something if you fast forward through this season.
Right. I
Because
like
there's
the
so much
ghosting.
toxic stuff.
The pod set scene was entertaining a little bit, and the conversation and Edmund crashing out was kind of entertaining. But I'm not watching to see no love story. I want to see the toxic and the drama. So keep it coming.
All right,
So
sir.
Siblings Unscripted. We'll be back with a much sooner episode next time around with episodes 7 through 8 or something like
Seven
that.
through 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, and 9. So guys, make sure you also
Mhm.
subscribe to the channel, drop that follow button, hit the bell icon so you know when we drop another video. And write in the comments if we got it wrong or what is your favorite moment about Love Is Blind so far or the most cringiest moment Love Is Blind, and we'll answer your comments on the next episode. So Siblings Unscripted, and we'll catch you guys next episode.
Peace.